Speaking at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport alongside his counterparts from the Ministry of Transport and Interior, where they went to receive an assortment of medical supplies from China, Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe said the country had reported a rise in the number of COVID-19 infection. Kagwe adding that 5 of the infected were hotel workers.
We have already tested about 450 samples. Out of these 450 samples, we have already got 12 positive cases, and we have not finished the day. And 5, for example, are hotel workers, and another 4 from our sampling, from our contact tracing capability. What this tells you is that we need to really start the testing capacity so that the contacts of those people who are positive can also be tested, and therefore we can be able to maintain and contain the pandemic.
Meanwhile, the Cabinet Secretary for Transport, James Macharia, said the donations arrived aboard a 787 KQ flight from Guangzhou, China, following a partnership with KQ Flight.
Kenya Airways is going to play a key role in terms of making sure that we get these badly required medical supplies in our country. There is another flight leaving tomorrow on Saturday to China to also bring medical supplies. And there will be many more to make sure that we provide the Ministry of Health with adequate capacity with what they require. Secondly, as you know, the economy must keep on running. And that's why, in addition to the medical supplies, we are also having cargo flights. Many of you may have seen, recently we dispatched a Dreamliner 787 to London Heathrow to take fresh produce, which will bring the much required foreign exchange. This foreign exchange is what will help us in terms of making sure that we can accurately pay for this kind of supplies.
On this flight, we have been informed that we have got 500,000 3-ply masks. We have got 200,000 testing and sampling tubes, and this is a very important thing. These 200,000 sampling tubes are key to our ability to mass test Kenyans. Without these sampling tubes, we would not be able, and we were not going to be able, to start our mass testing capability. But with these tubes now, we are able to fast track. We also have some 4,000 shoe covers for operations with our frontline health workers, 300 static shoes which are used in theaters by our doctors. We have got 76,000 N95. This is this kind of mask, N95 masks, and we also have face visors by those that are used by doctors. In the next flight, there will be additional ventilators and so on and so forth.
This even as 53 people in the country are said to have recovered from the virus and discharged. Meanwhile, Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i says the government has mapped out key areas where the set guidelines by the government to avert further spread of the virus are being flawed. Matiang'i adding that they have noted a trend of recklessness and disobedience in the said areas. And in a bid to restore order in the clustered estates, the government says starting tonight, security officers will ramp up enforcement measures without fear or favor to help contain the spread of the virus. Gloria Milimu, K24 TV.